Gee, I was looking at your Instagram. I see that Erin Andrews sometimes comments on your Instagram, and she was talking about this new song, and she's like, "Hey, I'm so excited for it to go to radio." How are you and Erin Andrews friends?
Wow, I met Erin Andrews on the set of, College Game Day when she was working with Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler and all those guys on College Game Day. And then, like a month later, I'm really good friends with a guy named Rick Sutcliffe who does baseball, calls baseball for ESPN during the summer. And Erin was also, she would interview people at the baseball games and stuff. And this was years ago. And I was in Chicago, I think it was 2006, and we had a day off in Chicago, which is a lot of fun if it's during the summer. So we went to Wrigley Field, and Rick asked me if, Erin could come up and interview me in the box. And that's kind of how I met her, and then we stayed friends over the years.
It's funny that you and Rick Sutcliffe are fans. I'm a massive Cubs fan. 83 played for the Indians, got traded to the Cubs in 84. They go, win the pennant. I mean, that's like, you're talking my language now, Kenny.
Man, there's no much, I'm telling you, I used to go with my father every summer. We would take a weekend and go up and just spend the weekend in Wrigleyville. And just, we would, pick a day game and go to that, and then go to dinner, and then the next day would be a night game, which meant you went to all the bars in Wrigleyville and then went to the game. And that's just a lot of fun. It's a huge part of Americana, but that's how I met Erin Andrews. Is her love of music and my love of sports just combined.
Is there anyone that you have befriended now that maybe they're not that? Like Rick Sutcliffe's a prime example. When you say that, I perk up because I'm a massive Cubs fan, and for me, I'm like, wow, the Indians should have never traded him. He had a great year in '83. However, that to me is super cool. Is there anyone else in your life where you're like, it is so cool, I cannot believe this person is my friend, because growing up, I thought it was the coolest thing ever that they just existed?
Well, it would be a lot of people. Of course, I have my musical heroes. Joe Walsh. I had become friends. We lost a lot of people in COVID. Over last year, but to think, you're in high school, trying to learn guitar from Eddie Van Halen, just listening to all the licks on the records, and then becoming friends with someone like that, and I have a lot of those people in sports. My father and I was, my dad was a coach, and he's the reason that I, am so passionate about sports. But there's so many of those people, especially in sports. When I did the Boys of Fall films several years ago, I got to really know John Madden, and I got to know Bobby Bowden. I got to know Nick Saban, and I got to know Brett Favre, and I got to know all these people that you would see on TV every Sunday and every Saturday and Sunday, and since then, over the years, so many of those people have come to shows, but it goes back to even what you said about Erin Andrews. Is the reason they do that is because like you and I, Bobby, we have these people we look up to and really care about, and all these sports figures. Well, they have the same respect for people because they love music also, and that's something that I learned, and it was really interesting, and it was one of the, I don't know, I wouldn't say a highlight of my life, but but what you just said, if you have these people that you really respect and looked up to, and as a child and as a young adult, and all of a sudden you become friends with them.
Kenny Chesney is on. We're about to talk about knowing you, about to play this new song that Kenny's put out to radio. Let me ask you this. You mentioned a lot of people from Saban, Alabama coach, Bobby Bowden, Florida State. You kind of went down the line there of all these greats that you were able to hang out with at one time. And I'm going to include you in that list. What do you think is the one character trait that all of you guys share that has made you world-class at what you do?
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, thanks, Bobby, for putting me on the list in that group. But I don't know. I think that especially with a lot of people that I've mentioned, they had pretty humble upbringings, and they worked really hard, and they had a lot of wonderful people around them, and they learned really early on how to achieve something special with a group of people, and that's the way we did it. I have a wonderful family out there on the road, and we all get to do it together. And I think that's the thing that's the most common with all those people is that they got to achieve a lot of great things together. and it wasn't like playing golf. You know, you play golf or tennis, you do that by yourself. And I think that's the one thing that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Kenny Chesney is on. We're about to play "Knowing You." Tell me about this song. Why, when you heard it for the first time? Because I've known it for a bit. It's on the record. It's on Here and Now. But why put this in at radio now? And the first time you heard it, what'd you think about it?
I just felt like it was time for me as an artist. You know, it's been a while since I've had one of these songs, Bobby. And when I grew up in East Tennessee, and I was consumed by so much music. I obviously loved country music. I loved what's now known as classic rock, but it was rock then. And I just had so much of musical taste. But when I heard "Knowing You," it really did remind me of the kind of songs that made me want to chase this dream in the first place. You know, and I think we all have these people, you know, that come into our lives for whatever reason, and life just has a way of moving you apart, you know, and that those people and those moments that they're in your life, they mark your life. They stamp it in ways that no one else could. And I think this song, when I heard it, and when Buddy and I were done with it, and it was almost a tribute to all those people. It was a way of, if you would, of raising a glass to the relationship you had with that person and how much they meant to you in your life. And that's why I felt like it was time for a song like this for me.
We're going to play "Knowing You" from Kenny Chesney. My final question is, do you wear flip-flops or Crocs or both?
I wear flip-flops. I like the reef ones because they got the bottle opener on the bottom of them.
All right, there he is. Hey, Kenny, good to talk to you as always. Congratulations on another big, amazing song, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, pal.